swing your hope, put your hope on a high rise, and then cause you to, cause you come to a sudden fall. I hope that we understand what I'm trying to put across.
Dashing of hopes.
Exactly, dashing people's hopes. And that not ought to be a government. That ought not to be the characteristic of government. So I think that government really needs to wake up and be government.
Right.
Because when they speak, it should be something that you could take to the bank. But a situation, for example, where you're civil amputated, like you said, he did not say, "Oh, we will pay only Asu," or "We're not going to pay Ssanu, we're not going to pay Nasu."
Right.
So, on what basis are the powers that be, whoever is supposed to effect the order, the pronouncement, on what basis are they segregating and separating these different unions?
Right.
These unions all contribute to the effective dispensation of education in this country. They all work within the university system. So if they all fought, that was in 2022, if I remember correctly.
Yes, in 2022,
where
that's right.
you had about 8 months of inactivity on
Sure.
campuses.
Sure.
Now, if you had that and they were all involved, and then you now make a decision, okay, rather than the 8 months, we're going to pay 4 months. Now, why would you now, set some other people aside and pay a particular? You are causing crisis. You are stoking unnecessary fires. So I expect that in order to have peace and in order to therefore have progress, you would have gone all out to settle all parties concerned.
Right.
This should not have arisen at all. You know what I see for between government and labor, it's a bad relationship habits, even within man and woman relationship, marriages. Once one partner begins to look down on the other,
Right.
once one partner begins to think of the other as inconsequential, once the one party begins to think that nothing will come of it, I could do as I please, and once one person begins to make communication difficult, such that when we say, because strike ought to be the last resort.
Right.
Yes, but if somebody makes communication difficult, you would have no choice than to
go on
maybe
strike.
violent, quote and unquote.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we are.
Yeah, well, it's really saddening, the situation, as many Nigerians have also come out to condemning this, right? But then there is this saying that says, when two elephants, meet,
when they fight,
the grass suffers,
yes.
right? How do you think this impacting, the students?
The truth is that even when they're not fighting this way, the grass is already suffering.
Okay.
If you do a visit, take time out to go to some of these campuses, and you'll see the dilapidated infrastructure. And so, you would see why these people have to go on strikes many of the times. The environment is not conducive to learning or teaching. So, if on the basis of that, these people go on strike, you can't blame them. And see, we can't really say that we don't have the resources to fix these institutions. Imagine that you're raising leaders who have no toilets. You're raising tomorrow's leaders, and they have no toilets. In University of Abuja here, some time ago, you would find old ladies, women, having to go. Oh my goodness! Having to go use nearby bushes to ease
on
themselves. You can imagine how you lower the dignity of
sometime back in Abuja, right here, University of Abuja.
University of Abuja here.
Sad.
It's very sad. You find out that the toilets are not working, and then how do you put human beings in a place where there are no toilets, especially where you have females? Because females have more use of these conveniences than the male.
Yeah.
And then it's even more convenient even if a man has to. So we all understand that.
Yeah.
So how do you even do that in the first instance? And that, I'm not saying that I mean, saying that University of Abuja is the go around.
Okay.
Go around.
Okay.
In Unilag many years
replicated
ago.
in other universities.
Yes,
Okay.
in Unilag many years ago, you would rather bathe in the open than use their bathroom. You would prefer to do shot put than use their toilets. So, I mean, if that is the situation, the grass is already suffering. So it's better to actually take up a fight so that some of these things can be rectified.
Yeah, but then there are some that are saying that just like we're having, the mergers that is ongoing. I mean, the Orasaya report that said, let's merge this, let's merge that, and all of that. Some are saying that maybe, just maybe, the answer of ASU, so that we don't have to have this different, groups, and maybe that would have, solved the situation.
No. Even from their names, from their nomenclatures, you will see that there's a difference. For example, ASU talks about Academic Staff Union of Universities, whereas Nasu is non-academic staff.
Okay.
So their roles are quite spelled out. They're different. And so, for example, if you ask ASU now, they might be ready to lecture, but they can't have classes to lecture. I mean, so these jobs, these roles are interdependent. And so you must ensure that they work together, but they must have different I believe that they should have different unions because their roles are different.
Okay.
Yes, their roles, they work in the same environment, but their roles are different. There are people setting up the workshops, engineering workshops. There are people in the clinics. There are people within. So those are not lecturers. They're not academic staff.
Right.
So on the basis of that, it's important to allow, that's not the kind of place where you want to talk about a merger. I would rather say that right now, because of the proliferation of schools,
that's right.
There's a problem of the finances available thinning out, not being enough to really go around. But you'll find out that this administration, if they have not done any approvals in recent, so many that you begin to think, are higher institutions becoming like some backyard primary schools or something? So the truth is that we must put a foot on the pedal, and say, please, maybe let's have some time, maybe some 5-year hiatus, a 5-year period when we don't set up any new universities, or we concentrate on building up the infrastructure in all of the universities that are currently have been approved. If we concentrate on that, making them to the world-class standards, then we would have achieved a whole lot. Today, as we speak, there is no Nigerian university that comes in the first 1,000 universities around the world.
I was going to go there.
So what is the essence of the proliferation? Is quality not better than quantity? Is it not better to have 100, 200 universities that are truly university through and through than to have 700 places that don't qualify?
It's really sad because it's been a norm somewhat with Nigeria, where there are new innovations. Nigeria wants to be the first in Africa to do these things. When it comes to technological advances, we're saying we wanting to be the first. Some are saying that this name that has been attached to us as giants of Africa to do more than it can take, right? But then let's get on to the place whereby you've gone to the rankings. I mean, it's it's I don't even know how to put this, but I mean, when you look at it, an average Nigerian graduate here, with all of the challenges, right? Stay back at home, strike, you're out of the school, system, and then the system and as to what you must attain to be able to gain employment. Some age is one of it, sometimes experience and all of that. Now, these same persons will go outside the country and they will do well.
Do very well.
And it makes you wonder, is it that the Nigerian youth or students are not educated, or they're not intelligent, rather, that's the word, when it comes in Nigeria? Because you find these people somewhat poorly performing in Nigeria, but then when they go outside there, they are doing better. So can we attribute their successes to some of these, giant but not unsung strides of
I mean, several courses. I mean, several. I mean, across classes, across different classes,
Right.
across different programs.
Yeah.
I mean, some schools have part-time programs. They have the regular program, and then they have all kinds of other programs. And you find one lecturer being involved in several of this. It shouldn't be so, because what you would then overtask the person's capacity. But then, in spite of it, we must give them their flowers that
Right.
they're doing a whole lot. But see, why is it that I mean, there are jobs you get and you'll be ready to die there. There are jobs you get because of the kind of pay. Because old work, would you want a tea or coffee this morning? And then you say, today I think I'd rather have coffee. And then it's served. And then before you know it, someone is already arranging. You say you're going on leave. Where would you rather go for leave? And then you make a choice and they say, okay, how much will that cost? Okay, we'll give you a subsidy of 60%. I mean, if you work in that kind of environment and then you work in a place where your children, they think beyond you to your family, you would want to give everything. A place where your salary never delays. I used to work somewhere and the salary never delayed. And I've worked in several other places where salary was, I mean, at the discretion of
the employer. Right, but
So you can't compare the two.
Yeah. So can we say that this strike, the Nasu and the Ssanu strike, it's not just about the people under Ssanu and
Definitely
Nasu,
it's not.
but of course it's about the lecturers, even ASU themselves.
Exactly, because
Right.
the lecturers can't function without this
them.
administrative staff.
All right, let's put a peg to our thoughts, open the phone lines, and so the Nigerians can be a part of the conversation. 0044 or 0908 766 8888. Let us know what you feel and what you think about the ongoing Ssanu and Nasu strike, and if it is affecting your, child, your ward, or affecting you. Maybe you're just one of those in the union. You could also, pen your thoughts via the WhatsApp portal number, which is 0909 705 4450. And we have a call right now. Let's take this one. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Daniel.
Yes, good morning to you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Apostle Osala from Apo.
All right.
Although the guests have already said it all. The environment, the government of the day, they don't give Nigerians a noble environment to excel their talent. If they go outside the country, you see them, they do well because the noble environment are there. In this country, Nigeria, the noble environment is not there. That's the only problem. Not that we don't have those that have the onions, what it takes to deliver in whatever they find themselves to do. But the environment doesn't allow them to exercise what they can exercise. Thank you and God bless you. My name remains Apostle Osala from Apo.
All right, thank you, Apostle, for that one. Appreciate it. Let's get on to yet another call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Boss Mayor calling from you.
All right, Boss Mayor, welcome aboard. Let's have your thoughts.
I was so enjoying your conversation this morning about maybe university or maybe there's some teacher that maybe.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead.
The one primary school teacher was telling me that since December they didn't even collect salary, and the government that didn't give them they didn't put them on the minimum wage of this thing. They didn't recognize themselves. I don't know. And hello.
Go ahead.
The second thing